I was pleasantly surprised. In the big picture, I don't love the two 15-yard penalties they got in the fourth quarter, one for taunting, one for unnecessary roughness, because that is not the Patriot way. But in the small picture, I love the fact that the Patriots stepped up and fought fire with fire. That the Patriots said to the Bengals, who have a reputation, as we all know, for getting chirpy and chippy and gray area cheap shotty, and the Patriots said to them, you're not going to push us around like a bunch of Tom Brady pretty boys in our house. That's what Gronkowski was saying. And again, I'm losing by the game a little more respect for the way Marvin Lewis coaches this team, because they become an undisciplined mess in a lot of fourth quarters. If they figure that they can't beat you in the end, they're either going to beat you up, they're going to cheap shot you, they're going to play dirty with you, they're going to taunt you. Whatever they're going to do, they're going to try to beat you at another game besides football. And I lose respect for that in the end. And finally, Gronk said, okay, that's enough of this. And it was still a one-score game. It was still an 8-point game early in the fourth quarter. And Gronk starts to beast on him again. Again, he had his career-high day, 162 yards. He was virtually uncoverable. And he pushed it and pushed it and pushed it as if, I want 15 yards. He was begging the refs to throw it on him, just to show the Bengals, we're not going to take this. So he gets the 15-yard taunting. Belichick takes him out for like one play and sends him right back in like, we got this. And then down the stretch, Patriots get the ball back with 3:32, and they made a couple first downs, so they could have just kneeled out the rest of the game, but it's not Belichick's way, and especially in this game. He wanted to send one last message to the visiting team. I'm not going to take this either. So he let LeGarrette hammer away inside the 5, hammer, touchdown. LeGarrette gets an unsportsmanlike after he scores the touchdown, just to say, nope, we're not taking it. And they tack on the touchdown that made it 35-17. In the end, I like the fact that if you push them, they will push back.
Right.
And that's what they did. And my final point is, they did do this for the sake of Martellus Bennett, the new guy. And then Martellus was like the team's spokesman after the game. Let me read his quote quickly. He said, we don't back down. We're not looking for trouble, but we don't walk away from trouble either. This is Martellus talking like he's Tom Brady, right? But the point is, I think he arrived yesterday as a Patriot, where Gronk's saying, I'm going to have your back here. I'm going to fight for you. And he fought for him and got a penalty for it.
That was intentional. Tom Brady was not even throwing him the ball. He was throwing the ball to Amendola, I think, on the crossing route.
What a cheap shot that is.
And I, you know what? I'm glad. And I normally says, look, do not get a penalty. But at some point in time, what he's doing, you got to say, you know what, Vontaze? Enough is enough.
Yeah.
You're not, first of all, we're not going to allow you to ruin our day. This is Brady's first game in this stadium this year. All the fans came to see him play, and they came to see us beat the brakes off of you. So by you cheap shotting Martellus, we're not going to stand for it. And Coach Belichick took him out because he didn't want it to escalate. You say, maybe if I can remove him for one play, calmer heads will prevail. But at what point in time does the league say, you know what, Vontaze, we might got to sit you down for a year? Because the 3 games, the game here, the 2 games there, is not resonating with you because you still doing this. If it's a play skip, if it's he's trying to make a tackle, I get it. Sometimes people get hurt when you make a tackle. But this is unacceptable. The guy wasn't even getting the ball. And you just dove straight for his legs. First of all, there was another guy already covering him. So you can't say you was going to cover him. You dive straight in the back of the guy's legs. And you know how sensitive guys are about their knees, especially big guys.
How would you have felt?
Man,
would you have gone after him?
Yeah, I'd have got him back. Because you know what? I said, look, let's run a play and give me an opportunity. I want to run a screenplay. And I want to put me away from the play so I can take off down the field and circle back. And I'm gonna try to do to him what he tried to do to me. And I hated being that type of player. But I always told the guys, how are we gonna do it? Are we going to play snap to whistle, or are we going to play snap to after the whistle? Are we going to be clean, or are we going to be dirty? Because I'm going to give it back to you plus shipping and handling, because I want to make sure you get it. So I don't want no excuses. So how are we going to do it today? That's unacceptable. I'm glad. I wish Coach Belichick could have hung 80 on him. That's what I wish, because this kind of behavior is unacceptable. There's only 1,600 guys in the world that do what these guys do. And it's already a physical game, even when you play it fair. But when you got guys playing dirty, and we know, you can say whatever you want to say. Is he a talented player? Absolutely, Skip. He's an absolutely talented player. He doesn't have to do this. That's what makes it a shame.
Yeah, I agree.
He can play straight up football because he's physical, he's hard-nosed, but he takes it over the edge where he puts people's career and seasons in jeopardy. That's what I don't like about this. Why? And to put a nice bow, Skip, I don't know how you feel about this. I believe Andy Dalton has taken the Bengals far as he can take them, and Marvin Lewis is maxed out. He can't go a step further. Marvin can't take this team any further. Andy Dalton is only going to be Andy Dalton.
Although yesterday Andy Dalton had a QBR better than Tom Brady's. For a while, he went for, what was his first 13 or 14 in a row he completed. So he played pretty well. But I agree with the Marvin Lewis point.
Think about this, Skip. Okay, they were playing nip and tuck. They had a 7-3 lead, and Brady get 10-7, and then they go 14-10. And guess what happened? Dalton gets the ball. He's in the end zone. What does he do?
Safety.
He takes a safety.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Dude, you see the guy
game.
coming scot-free, and you still
change the game, turn it completely around.
He's only going to take you so far. And I love Marvin. Marvin was on that staff at the Ravens. He was the defensive coordinator. And you can make a case that that's the greatest defense. Obviously, you know, the Bears and the 02 Buccaneers and the Seahawks of 13, they're going to say, hey, give us some love. Even the Steelers, the 70 Steelers, they'll say, hey, what about us?
Yep.
But I'm sorry. I just don't believe he can go take this team any further than what they've already been.
And he continues to condone that out-of-control behavior on the defensive side of the ball, which is his side. And I'm with you. Vontaze Burfict is the most talented player on their defense.
Absolutely.
So why does he need to do that? I know he's literally straight out of Compton. He's a Compton kid, Arizona State. And yet he's had this history, and he can't get away from it.
And you mentioned history. He did this in college. And he brought the same thing to the NFL. They suspend him for a game. They suspend him for 3 games. And guess what? His second game back, this is what he does.
You know, this is suspendable, I think. The more I look at that, I think he could get at least another game for this.
I don't think they will, because they're going to say it's a football play. I mean, hey, how does he's going to say, well, I didn't know they weren't going to throw him the football. But, I mean, he wasn't going to catch it with his feet, because that's where you dove at.
Yep.
So I hate it, because there's only 1,600 of these guys that do what they do, and it's already a physical and tough and violent game. And when you try to hurt your own, that's what's unacceptable.